Hello learners, I am Mrs. Mureithi Ann, your teacher of English and Literature. Today we are going to look at features of oral poetry. So features of oral poetry. And in our lesson today, we are going to mention that oral poetry refers to verbal expression of feelings, ideas, and thoughts. Verbal expression of feelings, ideas, and thoughts, which are using words that are arranged in their best possible order. So the oral poetry refers to that, verbal expression of feelings, ideas, and thoughts, which are arranged in their best possible order. If they are sung, it is a song. So I want us to look at the features of oral poetry. Among them is that it is composed and delivered by the word of mouth. So they are delivered by the word of mouth, delivered by a word of mouth. So that is one feature of oral poetry, by word of mouth, by a word of mouth, by a word of mouth. The other feature is that it is uses linguistic aspects such as tone, such as pitch, and they are very crucial in oral poetry, so that we can vary the meaning and the mood, the tone and the pitch. The tone and the high and low of your voice is the one we use so that we can vary the meaning and the mood in the oral piece. There is also the feature in that it is often a solo. There is always a solo and chorus pattern, especially when it is sung. When we have a song, we have the solo and we have the chorus pattern. Then we have the feature that it is always accompanied by movements and dances. So we have an accompaniment of movements and dances. The performer dresses in a costume. So you wear a costume appropriate for the various, the presentation. And then we make use of musical instruments such as drums, a drum, such as a horn. We can have them so that they can enhance our performance. We have a rhythm created, or a beat. It is a regular, repeated pattern of sounds, and it can be slow, it can be fast, it can be moderate, and also we could have monotonous rhythm, and also disjointed. So those are some of the features. And the last one is that there is also the volume, and these refer to whether the song or the poetry should be loud or soft. A lullaby should be sung softly, while a war song we will be very vibrant, and of course we are going to use a very high pitch, and of course it is going to be sung loudly in eagerness, and to encourage, and also to encourage those who are fighting, and also to express the aggression that is exhibited during the performance. So in a nutshell, we have said that some of the features of oral poetry includes, one is that it is delivered by the word of mouth. Then we have the linguistic aspects such as tone and also the pitch, which helps in varying the meaning and the mood of the presentation. We also have the fact that if it is a performance, like a song, we have the solo and we have the chorus pattern in singing the poem, or rather in the poetry performance. Then we've talked about it being accompanied by movement, body movement, and dancing. Then the performer dresses in a costume, or an attire that is appropriate for the performance. Then we also have incorporation of musical instruments such as drums, such as a horn, and they accompany the performance of poetry for enhancement of the message delivery. Then we have the rhythm or the beat, and we have talked about it being a regular. We can have the repeated, we have slow, first depending on the piece that is being presented. For example, we have said that when we talk about the feature of volume, the volume and the rhythm, they can go hand in hand. For example, we are saying when we are doing the lullaby, we need a beat that is going to be slow, softly presentation, and like when we go to do a war song or a war presentation where we are going to have a lot of aggression and also very vibrant so that we can deliver the message as expected. Among the oral feature or the oral poetry, we have another class of another category of proverbs, and proverb under this we could say, because I know this is not the first time we are hearing about proverb, we know that a proverb has two main components. We have two main components of proverb. So when we look at a proverb, it has two components, and the first component is called proposition, and the other component is called completion. Proposition and completion. What are we talking about here? We are saying we have that part of a proverb that is called the proposition, then we have completion. For example, we have such a proverb, hurry, hurry, becomes now the proposition. Then the completion is has no blessings, So hurry, hurry has no blessings. We also have another proverb which we could give here. For example, don't count your cheek. Do not count your cheeks. That is the proposition. And the completion will be before they hatch. So mainly, when you are asked to give the components of a proverb, you talk about the proposition and you also have the completion. Now, which are some of the unique features of a proverb? One of them is that they are very brief. As you can note there, they are very brief, and they also contain words of wisdom. They have some underlying meaning. They have some literary meaning. Yeah, they have some meaning, and we are saying that they contain word of wisdom, or rather. Then we have styles that are used, or stylistic features of a proverb. Which are some of these features of a proverb that are unique to this genre of proverb? And one of them is that they possess features such as mnemonic features, and here we are talking about features such as alliteration. So they have alliteration. They have assonance as a feature. This one we have already talked about them some other times. We also have consonance as mnemonic feature, a unique feature of a proverb. Then we have another feature called parallelism. Parallelism is a feature. When we have ellipsis, we also have hyperbole, and we have paradox as a feature of a poem, or rather a proverb, and we have personification. So we have those unique features in proverbs. We've talked about mnemonic features, alliteration, assonance and consonance, parallelism, ellipsis, hyperbole, paradox, and the personification. Maybe to briefly mention something about each. When we talk about alliteration, we mean something like, for example, forgive and forget. Forgive and forget. So here we have full sound. That one is alliteration. Then we have consonants. For example, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. So here we have practice makes. That one is on consonants. Then we have assonance. For example, upendapo, uendapo. Upendapo. So mainly, those are some of the features that we can look at when we are talking about proverbs, which makes it unique from other genres of oral poetry. Thank you for your time. We meet again some other time.